Ruy Lopez opening, Morphy defense, Breyer, Zaitsev hybrid variation, 11.NBD2BB712.BC2 Re813.NF1BF814.NG3G615.B3. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Black had a good opening, but White was on another level. Both players navigated the middle game well. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide, exchange or retreat. ba4 safely retreats the bishop while keeping pressure on the knight. nf6 attacks the undefended e4 pawn and develops the knight at the same time. Castling gets the king out of the center and prepares to develop the rook to e1. b5 gains space on the queen side and threatens the bishop on a4. bb3 retreats the bishop to a more active square. b7 develops the bishop, supports the knight on f6 and prepares castling. 1 rupee activates the rook and supports the e4 pawn. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. h3 takes control of the g4 square, stopping any bg4 or ng4 ideas from black. nb8 retreats the knight in order to relocate it to d7, black plans to fianchetto the light-squared bishop on b7 and doesn't want the knight to block it on c6. d4 attacks the e5 pawn, controls the center and opens the diagonal for the dark-squared bishop to develop. nbd7 develops the knight toward the center, defends the e5 pawn and keeps the a8h1 diagonal open for black's light-squared bishop. nbd2 develops the knight toward the center and protects the e4 pawn. Fianchetto move bb7 places the bishop on the long diagonal. bc2 retreats with the bishop to defend the e4 pawn. re8 moves the rook to a central file and frees the f8 square for black's pieces. nf1 maneuvers the knight toward the king side and prepares to play either ne3 or ng3 while also opening the diagonal for the dark-squared bishop. bf8 retreats the bishop to defend the king side and unblock the e-file. ng3 activates a knight and overprotects the e4 pawn. The dark-squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto to g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. Games Master. It is the final book action. This hits in the middle and prevents the opponent from gaining ground. It is ideal. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This overlooks an opportunity to kick a rook. It is a mistake. This ignores a more effective method for getting a rook to safety. It is incorrect. The opposing knight is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This threatens to win a rook. It is best. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. This misses a great but hard to find move. This allows the opponent to pin a pawn. It is a mistake. This pins a pawn, which restricts its mobility. It is ideal. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. This reveals an attack on a pawn. It is best. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. It is quite good. This captures a vulnerable pawn. It is best. This misses a chance to concentrate a knight so that it can dominate more squares. It is incorrect. This exchange is fair. That's good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. That's good. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. A pawn kicks the opposing rook, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is quite good. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This threatens to win a bishop. It is good. This let the adversary to threaten a knight and win a tempo. It is incorrect. This wins a tempo by threatening a knight and forcing it to move away. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Black had a good opening, but White was on another level. Both players navigated the middle game well.